Good evening, beautiful woman. Welcome to Isaya's Inspiring Evenings, a podcast full of goddesses stories, witches' secrets, colours of women and fairy seasons to integrate serenity, abundance, joy and magic into your life. This is episode 12, Energetic Switch and Archangels. I am IsayaBelle, creatrix, magicopragmatic life and business coach, goddess teacher and traveling priestess, and this podcast aims to accompany you for peaceful and inspiring evenings. Isaya's Inspiring Evenings is a podcast published every week on Saturdays, and you will find more info and the references I am talking about on the website isayabelle.com. Subscribe to the podcast on the platform of your choice to be informed of the publication of each new episode. If you like this podcast, you can support it by leaving stars, blue thumbs, and reviews on whatever platform you listen to me. So, interesting week from an energetic point of view. I saw myself confronted this week with a succession of events, remarks, and comments, all more negative, suspicious, circumspect, and skeptical one than the other. And every time, I chose the toggle, the energy switch, the love bias. So today, I come here to discuss this question of the energy switch, the energy in which I have chosen to live every day. You may know, my Facebook group is called Living a Goddess Life, and my deep belief is that each of us chooses at all times the energetic colors of our days, as well as the exchanges and interactions we have with the outside world. Again, this position is the result of a choice, not a coincidence. My life, like yours, has its share of objectively positive events and others that can be called negative, even with the most optimistic gaze. However, the choice to live a positive life is completely independent of external events, or even of my internal turmoils. As I told you last week, this choice to live in a positive creative space in my life is a resolution, a decision reiterated at every moment of my day, of my week, of my month, of my year, of my life. But I already told you all about this. What motivates me to write you today is to go and look a little more in depth and talk to you about the exact moment of choice. At any moment, the universe offers me two energies, two possibilities, two possible choices. It is the law of duality that we have chosen to experience by incarnating ourselves on this planet. These two energies are respectively void with a capital V and source with a capital S. Of course, you could also call them fear and love, and every energy between those two, every emotion, every state of consciousness can be brought back to one of these two, void or source. So the choice is just that. It's just like a switch that you have the infinite power to manipulate. On, off, anytime, every second of your life, as simple as that. Opt for the love and light or choose fear and shadow. Regardless of the external circumstances or even your personal feelings, with each proposition of the universe, you get to choose again and again and again. Love, light. Yes, it's that simple. You have a choice, like me, and each and every one of us. You are the creatrix of your own life. You can select the energy in which you live, in which you experience life. And it is easy. There are only two possibilities. Moreover, one excludes the other, which makes the practice of choosing even easier. It is impossible to experience love and fear, shadow and light at the same time. Therefore, the instant I choose to act, to react lovingly to a situation, I rule out any options that involve low energy levels, such as anger, doubt, or guilt. Void and source are the heads and tails of the same coin and cancel each other out, as Martin Luther King so aptly wrote it. So when I make the choice of courage, which is, as you can see on David Hawkins' scale of human consciousness, which if you don't know, I recommend going to read this article on my blog so you can see the images. So on this scale of human consciousness, courage is the tipping point between the two fundamental energies. When I courageously choose to refuse to carry low vibrations into my energy field, I instantly reverse the steam and propel myself into a positive world where the universe comes to meet me and offers me more positive things to experience. Okay, I see, Isaiah. I see what you mean, but concretely, how do we do it? How can I bring more positive, more light, more love into my life? How can I approach the tipping point that will lead me to a positive life, an authentic life, a life connected to the great whole and to myself, a life of joy, peace, and love, a true goddess life? Well, here again, concretely, practically, it is often much more simple than what you imagine. And it is the object of all my work, the object of study and experimentation of all my life too, and the object of most of my coaching programs. Of course, this is not something that will work on the first try. Consistency here will be advantageous, as the I Ching would say. But each pace, each step that you climb in this direction increases your vibration and the amount of happiness that you can experience every day. I will therefore come regularly to offer you my tips, tricks, recipes, and suggestions to accelerate your progress and make your life easier, lighter, and more joyful, starting today. Bringing more light into your life might, for example, include choosing to invite the Archangels. Whatever your beliefs, your faith, you know what an angel is, what an archangel is. As Wikipedia says, an angel is a supernatural creature in many traditions and human cultures for millennia, most notably in the 3 Abrahamic religions and in the Avesta. This term designates an envoy of the divine, that is to say, an intermediary between the divine and humans. Sometimes the angel conveys a divine message. Sometimes he himself acts according to divine will. The angel is normally invisible, but when he or she lets himself or herself be seen in a dream or vision, for instance, then he or she has a human appearance, transfigured by a natural light. As for archangels, in the hierarchy of angels, they form the second level, just above the angels themselves. Their number is indeterminate and variable according to the various faiths and cultures, but the archetype represented by the word archangel is clear to each of us. They are incorporeal, spiritual, perfect beings, and their task is to communicate messages from the divine to humans in different ways, to be a source of inspiration for human beings, a catalyst of divine grace. Of course, I am using the word divine here in a very broad sense. You can choose to replace it with the word God, universe, source, or any other word or concept which you feel closer to. In all cases, the archangels therefore seem to be irreplaceable allies to connect us to the sacred in the world. This is why I suggest you meet them, and I intend to put you in touch with 4 of them to add light and love to your life. If you're interested to learn more about the 4 major archangels, how to connect with them for guidance and protection, if you want to connect with the archangel that specializes in the area of your life that you wish to improve, if you wish to bring their light, love, and healing energy into your life every day, if you want insights about how to call them in, how to interact with them, and what they can do for you and your loved ones, You can join the masterclass on February 5th, 2021, 9 p.m. Paris time, and enjoy the Archangels' presence in your life. This masterclass will happen exclusively in my Facebook group, Living a Goddess Life, so join now to watch the live. There will be a replay for a few days if you can't make it live. The link for my group will be in the description of the podcast. That's it for this episode. The next one is still in creation. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, if you want to support this podcast, share, subscribe, and leave stars, blue thumbs, and a review on whichever platform you listen to. If you want to be accompanied in the change processes that life offers you, if you want to participate in the awakening of feminine energy in the world, live your life as a goddess, know the secrets of witches, and apply the rituals of fairies in your daily life, do not hesitate to contact me by going to the VIP coaching page of my website, isayabelle.com, or by participating in the retreats, programs, or courses that I offer regularly. You can also subscribe to my newsletter to be informed of all the news in the real and virtual world of IsayaBelle. You will, of course, find this podcast on all platforms, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, etc., but also on YouTube and on my site, isayabelle.com, on the podcast page,